Hey everyone,
Hello.
how are we tonight? I got the fabulous Cassandra here with water Bendita. Is that
Yes.
how we say it?
Yes.
Bendita?
Hi, guys and girls.
Guys and girls. So I've been a super fan of her cups and her intuitive reads here. And the other day, I just commented on your last video and I had a hit and whatever. And it's like, hey, we should get together. I'm like, let's do this. Excellent. And I'm even more interested in. I'm sure you've said it before, but I'm so interested in your process of how you make a cup, how you visualize it, how you put the intentions into a person, and then like the well, one of them was about my hits about the Maxwell trial coming up next month within your video, but you wanted to concentrate with a cup with Steve
Ben.
Bannon.
Yeah, because what happened was that I did do a cup on Ghislaine Maxwell for this reading, but it was almost a replica of the cup that I did for her in the summer. So the woman's in jail. She doesn't do much. So, of course, the taza, the cup, is just going to show what's coming up for her. And what's been coming up for her since she's been sitting in jail is the same thing that what came up for her in July. So
Right.
it would just be me reiterating the same old cup. And cup takes so long to make, and it just requires a lot of prayer and energy for you to make a cup for someone else. Like if I was making the cup for myself, no
Mm-hmm.
hassles, it's really easy. But if you're doing it for someone else, there's a whole thing that goes into it. And I'm the only person that, even in my family, that does political readings and that does cups for other people. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like I just kind of like, well, maybe I can do this. I was taught how to read the cup by my grandma, and she passed away when I was fairly young. And then my mom continued to help me read it because I was very interested. But my mom didn't really have that much patience with me when my grandma did. So I credit her with a lot of helping me learn to read it confidently. But my mom is like an amazing reader as well. She's woo. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not even half of her standard of reading. Um, and so, but I was the one that came up with that to read the cup for someone else. And so it takes a long time. It takes me about an hour and a half just to delve into the person. And it's kind of yucky sometimes because you have to have compassion and
Sure.
feelings for them. Like I start looking things up for them since they were babies. Like Mitch McConnell, for example, I learned that he had polio when he was a kid and his
Yep.
neck goal. So you kind of like that's what you need to do, unfortunately, to make a cup for someone else. Kind of like put your almost in a trance, put yourself in their shoes, literally.
What do you use in your cups
So,
to make the color?
oh, and then wait, before I get that, if you are familiar with the people like Giuliani, Trump, they're a lot easier for me because I grew up with them in New York,
Mm-hmm.
knowing about them, so they don't require me that much energy. So they're pretty easy to make. So I use espresso coffee. So espresso, not regular coffee.
Oh, it is coffee. Okay.
Yeah, it's coffee, not tea. And then I pour a little. I mix it with sugar. I pour a little bit in there. I say my prayer. I continue like it's told you like an hour and a half of prayer, and then you flip it over, and then you put it over the stove in low flames. So you have to be careful that you don't burn yourself. It's kind of a learned technique. And then once it's set, then you're ready to read it. And then reading also takes you have to be in a quiet place, no interruptions. So I always like to read them first before I do my readings or meet with someone else because that way I won't get confused. Because if I'm reading them for the first time and someone's talking to me, it's kind of hard to figure out. But once I read them, you can talk to me and ask me questions. That's fine.
Sure.
But
How do the streaks get created when you put the espresso in?
so you just flip it over like that and you put it over the stove,
Oh, okay. So
and
you
then it
cake the, so then it kind of cakes the tea or the
yeah,
espresso into
it
it.
dries it. It dries it like that.
Oh.
Okay, and you can't flip it because it'll mess it up. You have to wait till it's done. Once you do
Sure.
this, you have to keep your hand there.
That is so cool. Just by putting your intentions in there.
Yeah,
Just like any kind of divination tool, if you understand how to read it. I mean, I have runes and I played around with them, but try to remember what all those little symbols are. Oh God.
those are hard. I mean, I kind of just stuck to my cup because I'm like, I can learn a bunch of things, or I can just really focus on one thing. And now we're working. There's a lot of social media. There's a lot of distractions. So I was
Yes.
like, I'm just going to do the cup and the tarot, but mainly the cup. So
Okay. So let's get back to your GMAX rating.
okay, so
Um, which you remember. You said you remember them all.
yeah.
And unfortunately, it came out exactly the same when you tried the other day.
Hmm. Yeah, even so in my cup, I saw her either with a broken arm or put in a straight jacket. I can't tell which one because you just come out like that
Yeah.
with an arm like
Well,
that.
actually, I Googled anything happened to her. She did have a black eye. That's the only thing I seen
Okay,
on.
black eye.
on It's the only thing I seen on
Yeah, but
reporting.
it'll come up either. They're gonna have to confine her like in a straight jacket, or she bruises an arm or breaks it. I don't know.
Hmm.
Um, so there's three women that are testifying against her. Three main ones. They're going to make a very significant impact on her case, and I believe that two of them are coming from overseas. Um, one from the east and one from the west. So I know that
Right.
Virginia. She said she lives in Australia, and I don't know who the other one is.
Well, I did some research and I was telling you that I found three ladies that got no prosecution agreements to testify.
Mm,
And one of those girls was the pilot for Mr. Epps and her. And two were other low level, like handled money or were other recruiters. So they got non prosecution to testify against in
okay.
the trial. Those are what I read and heard only.
I also saw there's things coming up about a man that passed away, so we know who that is. I don't
Hmm.
know if I'm allowed to say his name. Uh, J.E. We know who he is. A man that
Hmm.
was supposedly allegedly took his own life, but there's a lot of
Allegedly.
allegedly. Yeah. So more things are going to come up about him. That's what I saw in my cup. And just people protesting. I think it's going to be people protesting. People are going to be protesting about her and the trial, or there are going to be some protests that coincide with her trial, and there's going to be more maniac stuff. I just call it maniac stuff. Those crazy climbers that like to get on things, even on the Statue of Liberty. I don't know what they're going to be doing.
I would have to believe with that is that it has nothing to do with her. No one's going to protest because of her going to trial. It's probably the names coming out.
Probably, yeah,
And who is everyone protesting for and about? That's the interesting one. The
yeah. There's
former, the former guy,
the former guys actually, right?
our last president.
Yeah.
And what was interesting, her indictment was from activities from 94 to 97. And guess where that was? Mar-a-Lago.
Hmm. And they even have videos of him dancing and everything. We all know
Hmm.
with J.E. dancing at Mar-a-Lago.
Yep. They were tight probably at least 20 years.
There's going not just him. There's other people that are going to come to the forefront. We're going to learn things about J.E. and that lady, Ghislaine, that we're
Yep.
going to be shocked. I've done
It,
other cups on her before too, and uh, those have come to pass already because I did these cups about 2 years ago. I've been
right.
on YouTube forever, and I don't have that many followers. I don't know if people don't like the cups or what, but I don't have that many followers. But the ones that have been with me,
Yeah.
you guys know for years we've been seeing things that uh, happened to this woman, and she is not just like late teenagers, late like not 16, 17. She's even going to be accused of like 12, 13, 14 year olds.
Yes. Yes.
Really
Um,
tragic.
that's a really interesting question. 2535 Apple.
I
Yeah.
can't see, I'm so sorry, I can't see no one's comments or questions.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for joining us.
Well, Deb says, I have never heard of a Taza cup. This is going to be fascinating. Yeah, I mean, YouTube's kind of funky as far as getting exposure
Mm-hmm.
and promoting and whatnot, you know. So, in order to see people, you have to actually do things like this, you know, collab with people to see, oh, I never heard of you. I mean, there's people I never heard of until I seen a collab.
Yeah, I've discovered a lot of wonderful new readers in the
So, yeah, I
past
mean,
months, in the past few months.
so it's really unknown whether JE is actually alive or the FBI took him away.
He's
Because
dead.
if you have people that, you know, if anyone has ever tried to get in his energy and do it, you'll see about 50% think he's alive and 50% think he's gone. So we're
According to
not.
my Taza, he's very dead.
So well, my guides say he's very alive.
Oh, you say he's very alive.
So
Oh,
some say he's alive, some say he's dead. I when I got in his energy, I seen and I've tried asked to visualize what happened. I seen someone giving him a shot, making him looking like he was in a coma, and then the FBI or whatever whisked him away to Europe. That's what I was showing, you know, and that's all I could stick by it. You know,
okay.
I all I can, you know, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's the same thing as what Kim Jong Un. Half of us think he's dead, and half of us think he's in a
He's
coma.
alive. He's alive.
You know, half of us think, well, I think he's alive in a coma, but I don't think it's him standing there. You know, and some people think, oh, it's him. You know, so it's
He
not
does
meant to
have
be.
doubles. He has doubles.
Oh yeah, you know,
He, to me, Kim is alive, and to me, Jeffrey's dead. And I've
yeah.
seen this in my tasas, and I've seen Putin and Mohammed bin Salman trying to get Kim Jong Un to join them in some world scares later on, but he won't. Kim won't. I think China's going to hold him back.
You know, China's in control. I think.
Mm-hmm.
And see, we got half of us and half in the chat think Epps is alive, half think he's a goner. So everyone, because when you get information like that, it's not meant to be known. It's a secret.
Yeah, I
So I mean, all we can do is just go what our senses say, or what your cups say, or whatever. You know, in the realm of things that really don't matter, it's just interesting.
mm-hmm.
So, so firstly, I tossed some Kipper cards. Now you go
Yeah,
ahead
I see
on the future or on the trial of Gmax. So I just do some Kipper cards first, and I'm going to do some tarot on the future. But the Kipper cards just are showing what's going on. Basically, she's imprisoned and she's in despair.
yes, I couldn't agree more. Yep.
Much, you know, very worried, very, you know, what do you call it? Like depressed. She's worried about the future, the journey and concern. And here comes what she did with the child and distant horizons, all the trafficking. She comes in as a false person. It's technically not a person, but it's all with deceit and lies. And that's telling me she hasn't told the truth yet. Basically, that's why she's going to trial. But the official person, the judge, and prosecutors will get to it and her connections to Mr. X. So, this is all the Kipper wanted to show me.
So sick. She's going to get sick.
Yeah, she's very distressed and sick. She could very well get sick.
Yep. And I think it's after the trial, not before, either during or after.
Yeah. So now I'll do a full spread on the trial, what's going to come out, what
She
kind
does
of
have
knowledge
people
here.
helping her with a lot of money. Yes. Many rich people helping her.
Right. Julie says Cash Peters tried to transition Epstein and he couldn't. I remember seeing that video too. I'm like, yeah,
Well,
you
it's
can't cross.
like you say,
He could be in his own little hell for all he did, so he wouldn't have been transitioned into heaven's realm if he's in purgatory.
I don't want to contradict another person. I just go by my Taza, and I saw him dead as
Oh yeah,
can be.
you go, girl.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just my tradition. It's what I.
Oh yeah.
I even see. I see the details. I even saw him like strangled before he got strangled. 10 1.
Okay. Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Dude, try not to use her name. I'm gonna use G-Max
Yep.
for entertainment only.
Okay, for entertainment purposes only.
You know how YouTube likes to pick out little words and names.
Yeah, I mean, this is my religion and this is your religion, and we can express our beliefs, but yeah, this is for entertainment purposes only, and no one's God. We don't know for sure, right? We don't know for sure if Epstein or Je is wherever he is. No one can say for sure. Allegedly. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what I see in her cards is her ending. Her ending, and she's going to bring down. So there's a secret with her and money. She's got, like, to me, this woman has a hidden fortune stashed away. I don't understand why this woman has a hidden fortune stashed away somewhere in her house. In her house, the Ace of Coins.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the King of Wands, and that could also be Trump. Upside down, he's furious, he's afraid. The creature.
That's why he wanted to try to pardon her.
Yeah, so she comes out in her hopes and fears section. So he wanted to pardon her, and she expected him to pardon her. And the parties, the connections, I think she's going to talk. I think she's not just going to mention the creature Trump, she's going to mention a lot of more other people. And parties and her social, which, I mean, that's, she will be alive to say it. They're not going to take her out so that she doesn't talk. She is going to still be alive, and she's going to talk.
So what you got? Okay.
Dios Padre, gracias.
Well, I got currently, she's pretty burdened about saying anything yet. It's like a wait and see.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting anyway. It's a wait and see.
Yeah. So I'm just
That's
saying,
the
like in the trial.
right with the trial. The two of wands here, five of wands, and the devil. It's a wait and see for me. Oh, it's like how the trial's gonna go. Um, I don't think she said a word yet about it because they have evidence.
Hmm.
I mean, they already have the evidence. Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords here. They have the evidence, but it's about the trial. Is that, like I said, that two of wands is a wait and see on the devil, everything they've done. And the five of wands is that lack of energy, lack of wanting to cooperate. That's in the center. In the bottom, I do have her money. There is some money they don't know about or haven't found yet that is she has stashed away.
Hmm. I totally saw that in my Taza.
So the government here in the trial will eventually give her an offer, or there's an offer standing actually. Page of Cups in the trial, there's an offer standing, but she's worried about taking it. There's a lot of powerful people involved here. She's still holding strong. Her power, temperance yet, moving forward here. She's still holding. But it'll end. When she sees where this is going, there will be an ending to the situation. And the knight of coins here, she will talk. So they didn't bring out who or anything. It just kind of told me the story leading up to this.
Do you also see? Because I also see like more people know now. I don't know if it's her brothers, but more people know of everything, and so I think that might be why she's still alive because she's not the only one that knows. And if
Hmm.
something were to happen to her, kind of situation, the others would talk.
Hmm. I don't remember about her family. I think she's got a
So
sister.
I get, yeah, she has a sister, but in the cups that I made for her, she has two brothers and like a boyfriend or someone like that. So three men in her life. Two are her siblings, two are her family members, and one is like a friend or a boyfriend.
Right. She's
So they
supposedly married or something to some
something
guy.
like that. So those three people know her secrets and know everything, and they have the information.
Hmm.
And who knows who they told or what they've done to hold the information. I've been doing cups on this lady for 2 years.
What I found interesting about this is that one was when the indictment was from, 94 to 97. And there's also a perjury charge or something from her last deposition. I think it was 15 or 16 or something. But and I always knew that our former president is involved in this. And one of the prosecutors that was on the Mueller team switched over to the civil, was it the civil corruptions unit after she was arrested.
Hmm.
And that means in DC. And that means politicians.
Yeah.
So, so I'm going to toss again on different intentions. The
Okay.
last toss here was about her in the trial. They're showing that she's holding strong yet, and it's a wait and see approach. But I want to know who.
I think you're onto something.
I want to see what the cards say because I truly believe things are coming out about the former guy
Oh yeah. And you know who else? Unfortunately,
and other people involved.
BC Clinton.
He was on the planes.
I think that there's going to be a lot of like chaos going on.
Yeah, there could be. I've done a couple readings on that, and either the guides and the cards aren't telling me, but it said it was all business.
Or it
I, I
could
didn't see any funny business from Bill.
he probably had certain uh, clients that went with women that were of age and certain clients that went with women that were not of age.
Very
And there
possible.
lies the problem.
Very
Who went
possible.
with the not of age? And I think allegedly, God forgive me because I don't know for sure, but the former guy, I do see him involved in that somehow.
Oh, he's big time involved. We have. Oh yeah. All in the family. Ooh, night. Hmm. Bummer. It's not really coming out. It doesn't want to tell me who, as far as the cards go.
Mm-hmm.
There's many.
Yeah.
I have Ten of Cups and the Devil is the overall energy. There's many within that family of secrets.
You know what that also means to me? If I get those two together, I don't know if that could mean the same for you, but like wild drug parties
Oh yeah, Ten of Cups.
with the devil.
That's a party celebration. Yeah, within the family,
Mm-hmm.
the secret parties and everything. The devil, drugs,
Mm-hmm.
alcohol,
Yep.
abuse, greed, avarice, all that. Ugh.
Yes. And it could be that after that, some people got sick. Contagious diseases.
Hmm.
They spread contagions in those parties.
Travel. Yeah, all I'm getting is that people people in the family are going to testify. That's all I'm getting. Page of One, Knight of Wands, surrounding that party celebration, that family. No man figures or anything really came out in this toss. It's all a wait and see. But my intuition says the former guy is
Yes,
heavily involved.
he'll beg her. And that Taza that I did for her in July, he comes out begging her, not, please don't talk, please don't say anything about me. And we might see him going to visit her at the jail, like top secret, and we might find out about it.
You know, it makes you really, on the whole Epps thing, it makes you really think, though, is why is he supposedly gone, but she's still around? If you really wanted, if someone really wanted that information not to come out or whatever and testify, she'd be gone too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's another thought because, but it makes no sense because they have the info. Everything's been rated.
I think that it kind of got out of their hands getting rid of JE. They didn't realize the blowback, and they thought perhaps that the justice system was a little more corrupt and that they would help them out. And then they were met with people that were kind of outraged and would go after them no matter what. So probably the powers that be were like, we're going to have to kill thousands of people to keep this shut, to keep this occult, to keep this
Ugh,
disgusting secret.
ugh, wrong. How do I get rid of this? There we
What?
go. We had a troll.
Oh, a troll.
Yeah. If Cindy Lou is saying, if I was G-Max and knew Epps was no, she don't know. She don't know what's going on.
What's her question?
It wasn't a question. She was saying, let's say if Epps was alive, she
Uh-huh.
would be insanely upset if he got away and she's sitting in jail.
Yeah, I would think so.
I mean, you can go through the whole scenario what happened. Um, Bill Barr went to the facility a couple days before the whole thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
But the night before, his personal attorney met with him to sign some paperwork, so whatever. And my senses think that personal attorney told him how it's all going to go down to remove him, get him out. That's what I think.
Okay.
And he signed a new will that day too. The reporting I seen. So why would you sign a new will the next day you're supposedly going to be whacked? It's pretty coincidental, but it's a interesting scenario. Hey, Grader, and I mean, if you think about it, if let's say if Bill Barr was supposedly the ringleader to do this, you know how many people in a secure prison it would take to bribe to have guards asleep, the videos off, how many doors and gates you have to get through to, and an outer gate to make it all happen. That's a huge deal. And I don't think one person can take it that.
I'm just going by my cup. I
Oh,
saw
I know.
Ruth
I'm just
succeed again.
explaining. I'm
Yeah,
just explaining the scenario.
like Ruth. I saw Ruth passing away during Trump's presidency.
You got that right.
I saw Colin Powell in one of Biden's cup, a tall, wealthy, a very important, very influential black man passing away, and he died. I've seen so many people died, and when Ghislaine Maxwell was when G Max was on the run,
Yeah.
a lot of people thought she was dead or she had gone to Saudi Arabia and that she was a goner. And I said, nope, she'll be captured and she's going to be taken to prison
Yep.
and abused by the guards in prison. Saw that in the Taza. So, I don't know. I'm not God. You're probably correct. I don't know. You don't know.
Oh, I'm not disputing. I'm just
No,
saying
yeah,
this
yeah, I know.
scenario.
I'm
We're
just talking
getting,
about my
yeah.
Taza.
I mean, there's a lot in the comments talking about it.
Yeah.
So I was just explaining the scenario and the oddity of everything being off.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really strange. That's a lot of bribery or having a lot of people in the loop to have someone, strangled or whatever. So, yeah, let's go to your cup with Steve Bannon.
Okay.
This one's going to be interesting.
Okay, so with the cup, whatever is closest to the handle will be happening the soonest. And I did a cup on Donald Trump a few days ago, and it looks very similar to Steve Bannon's cup. So this is this is going to be horrific. It's going to be horrific, you guys. Let's see if I can get the right angle here.
Yep, you're good.
So I see um, problems with children, women, and minorities. Women, I see an Asian woman. She holds some sort of information about Steve Bannon and Trump, this Asian person. So I see a problem with children here. You see the little kids because they're small. Black people, brown people. So something is going to come out about Steve Bannon, and it involves Trump also because he comes out here on the cup later on, that they did that we don't even know about to the children, then the immigrants and to do with also immigration, not just on the border, but all over the world. And the problems that they had with the children now. And I don't like to say this person is an evil person, but I've seen a few evil people, and he's one of them. He's the type of person, Steve Bannon. All these secrets have been hidden, and people believe him. To me, he comes across as a person that, if you meet him, he will never disagree with you. Be careful of people that never disagree with you. He's that person. He just tries to get on your good side, and he can talk you into believing anything. So he came in saying that, it's not about immigration, it's not about minorities, it's not about brown and black people, it's about the economy, and that he's willing to help minorities, that he was willing to help these minority people just as long as they were more on the conservative side. This is not true. We're going to find out of horrible things that they did in the administration, spearheading Trump and Steve Bannon to these minority people and these children. And that's going to be happening soon.
And Steve Miller.
Those are the names that will come up.
Yeah.
As I go with my Taza, I will explain. But yes, we're going to be hearing about Steve Miller again. We're going to be hearing about Jeff Sessions again. All these people, even Tom Cotton, all these people are probably going to have to come forward and testify on something that Steve Bannon and them did during the Trump administration. And I think even the generals, I'll go along here. Some of the generals are going to have to testify on what they heard these people doing. And not that they were on board. It don't seem like the generals were on board. It seems like they were arguing with them about it.
Whoa. That would go back to General. Oh.
Milley, Maddox, all those people.
Well, there was another one that that left. What the heck's his name?
Milley Maddox.
He actually works for private detention centers now. I can't remember his name right now.
I don't know.
He was a NASA security advisor or Homeland Security or something. Mark Milley?
Yeah, so I said Milley. So Milley and Maddox are probably going to have to testify. One of them or both of them. Or they're
not the one that just testified with Afghanistan. There was another general that left like in 2019 or something.
So to me, in this Taza,
but anyway,
they look like either Milley or Maddox. But I don't know. Maybe they could be somebody else too. So I see
Kelly. Yes, thank you. Someone just said it. Kelly. General Kelly. Yeah.
Could be Kelly. Because they all kind of have the same kind of body, right? And they're in uniforms, so it's kind of hard to differentiate.
Right.
This is exactly Kelly Maddox. Like sometimes they look older than another person, so that's kind of my clue. But here you have, and this is why I think it's to do with the immigrant children. So here you have this little baby in one territory that they move to another, and it's alone.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys can see that. I can't see the comments, but I'm sure even if you've never seen a cup before, a taza, you can definitely see that is a baby. That is a very small child.
What does that large pyramid kind of represent?
So here we have some sort of confabulation to do with money and papers. So this is a Steve Bannon cup. So it all comes back to him.
He must have orchestrated this or figured it.
Exactly. This so is what we need to do. Either he orchestrated it or jointly orchestrated it with someone else, but he's in the thick of it, and it's involving more people, not just him. Other people are going to have to come. So I'll get to that one in a second. So sure. Here is the little baby. He's from one territory, taken from one territory to another, and he's by himself. And the confabulation involves money and papers. And here is one person that was involved with Steve Bannon. It looks like a very tall man with kind of a belly. like he has a belly. And then here is Steve Bannon, and I know that Steve Bannon is divorced, but if he does have a girlfriend or a live-in partner, it's a woman, and the woman is going to have some sort of breast cancer. And around the time that the lady comes out with the breast cancer issue, we're going to find out that Steve Bannon is probably going to have, unfortunately, I don't wish evil upon anyone, stomach cancer. So we're going to see Steve Bannon getting sick. He's going to have like a stomach cancer issue with his stomach area.
How much he drinks would probably be liver cancer. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is terrible. I mean, we all know about the kids missing and fudging numbers,
Mm-hmm.
fudging papers. They can't find the children's parents. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My apologies, but what did you say that larger strip was to the left of the or right?
This
Where you at?
this
Nope.
is
Back a little bit. The large strip next to the little baby and Bannon.
this is a this is a
Yeah,
building.
what was that?
This is a building.
Oh, it's a building. Okay.
Yeah.
And what does that little large spot represent next to the building?
So this is to do with money. So these people
Oh,
are
money.
here.
Okay.
So this is one thing happening here, and this is a building separating what's going on with this situation here and this situation here. So this is going to be affecting these groups of minority, and then we're going to find out that somehow they moved small children alone from one area to another. And I don't mean same state, different states, or different countries. I don't mean move them from Brooklyn to Queens. I mean move them, for example, from New York to Florida kind of situation. I'm not saying New York to Florida. I'm just giving you an example. So they
Right.
could move the child from Texas to another state, or from Texas back to Mexico, or back to another country without the parents' permission. And now these kids are alone, lost somewhere. And I think even a lot of their followers are going to be upset with this. Believe it or not. Believe it or not.
Oh, I believe it.
So here he is with what I think is stomach cancer, or in that abdomen area. And there's a woman behind him that also might come up with some sort of breast cancer. Is in her upper torso, upper body, not in the head or neck. So that's why I presume that it is breast cancer. And then there's a woman, a tall, light skinned, light hair woman that knows about all this, and she's afraid to talk because she fears for her life. But she will talk. She'll probably first meet with reporters and then with the law. And I think we might have another whistleblower.
Yeah, there better be.
Whistleblower, and they're going to be brought in to testify. And then I see this all the time. I don't know. Does anybody have any questions on the comments? I can't see them.
They're just saying how great you are to get how much information out of a cup.
Oh, thank you, thank you. It's not me. It's not me. I'm thankful that my family taught me, and I do a lot of praying to be able to.
Well, you do the prayer, you do the invocation of the cup to get it that way. So,
Appreciate it.
did you see a female coming to testify or something? Because they asked about Kristen Nielsen, who was in charge of the border back then.
So I can't see their faces. Like I can't see a picture. I could just describe the people to you. So you'll hear me say Asian, white, black. It's not that I'm focused on people's ethnicity. I'm just that's what
Right.
the process shows me, that that's what they look like. Because if I were just to say a man, a woman, a man, a woman, a man, a woman, a man, a woman, like that we wouldn't even get. When you see it on the news, then you're like, oh, she said it was a blonde woman, she said it was a black woman, or things like that, or it was a man and he was heavy set, So what I see
Right. We get
here,
it.
what I see here is a white Caucasian woman. Now there's some, Hispanics could be white too. So it's someone, a light skinned woman with light hair, and she knows. She's not super young. She's either middle age. She's around middle age. She's not like a teenager, anything like that. And she knows all the secrets. She's hooked up. She knows of all the paper and all the money. And she has her back turned to all of these people, even Steve Bannon with his failing health. And she's going to talk.
Yeah, that very well could be Kristen Nielsen.
Mm-hmm.
she, there was a lot of problems at that time, and she ended up resigning or something.
Yeah, I remember if the kids, she was at a restaurant trying to have dinner, and all these protesters came in and said, "If the kids can't eat, you can't eat. If the kids can't eat, you can't eat." Something like that. So yeah,
Yeah, I think I let's see. They're asking if you have a channel. I think I put it in the description, but it's Water Bernita. Yes, that's her channel.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got testifying going on and documents, people coming in. Okay. Oh, I remember doing what was crazy. I remember doing a mystery reading on a girl missing in Texas, but it had nothing to do with trafficking or anything with her. But it came in the reading that because I was in that area and there was something about like private detention centers or cops in on trafficking
Hmm.
while I was doing that reading. I just remembered it when you were talking about this.
Is so you haven't heard anything, or was it something that
No,
already happened?
this is like in northern Texas, I think, or middle of Texas. Because I was using Google Maps and Earth to try to figure out where this guy may have taken this girl, and then I seen it show prisons, and I'm like, and it showed, like that was one of the prisons, that was a detention center for um, border, border people and families being held. And all of a sudden, it came through with the cards. I just happened to throw on it, and like, oh my god, I got the hit that these cops and or border people or people within the prisons were all in on it. Those private ones.
Oh my goodness.
So I think you found they're going to get into this. I never even thought about Bannon being involved with that, but it makes sense because he was there from the get go when they first started talking about, banning Muslims and changing the border and all that stuff.
Zero tolerance. They called it zero tolerance.
Right. And then all of a sudden, kids are missing from their families and everything. Oh my God. You found a bombshell there.
Yeah, I saw that Ashley Bobbitt shooting like a year before it happened. Them all those crazy people going to the Capitol, climbing, and that woman
Ugh.
getting shot as she was going through the door.
No, I mean,
So sometimes
it,
you get those.
it's pretty rare that out of the blue my guides would tell me anything. It has to come through, most of the time, it has to come through a question, or a thought. It's like, okay, then I can focus on it and get something.
Well, that's
But
very
it's like I couldn't read a cup and find something in the future just because you happen to find a subject to focus on and you can find the details like you do here.
I see it clear as day. Like it's like I have
That's
to. It's very almost like they're moving almost sometimes to me.
it's crazy moving part there. Is there anything on the end of the cup there that
Oh, well,
you
I'm not
can
done at all. It's still going. So I got way more a bunch of other stuff happening here. So
go for it?
the girl, the woman is going to be testifying. She's going to be telling us about what's happening. And now, so remember, keep remembering Steve Bannon, right? Steve Bannon Cup. So this is in one area, I don't know where he lives, but where he lives now is where these people are together and the woman is with them, the one that will testify. And then in another area, now I've seen this many times. I think that they have like little secret houses or little secret apartments that they meet to discuss things. They meet being a lot of the people in the Trump administration, especially Jared Kushner. And I can't wait till we find out about his secrets, and they're coming.
They're coming.
So here's another one, another small place where they meet to discuss, and they hide documents and they hide papers, and this is where they do their deeds. And it involves, here you have Trump. Look at him in his bionic giant toupee here. You can see that clear as day, can't you?
Yeah.
That's his toupee. And he's a white, heavy set older gentleman.
Yeah, you see the thickness.
Mm-hmm.
Is the next guy Pompeo? The next one looks
He
pretty thick.
usually does come out with him. So I don't know who the next guy is. But this person here is someone like talking to him and telling him about what's going on, and that there are people turning their backs on them. Three people that are no longer, these three younger people that are no longer on their side, and I think they're worried about that. So there's going to be, sorry, I'm not looking in a mirroring here. So Trump, the guy that is still friends with him, and then three people that are leaving.
Hmm.
People are going to be abandoning him, abandon ship. They're going to be going overboard, running away from him like he's toxic.
Trying to
It,
think who the. So it looks like a thicker person too, but not quite as big as the former guy.
you could take a crack at it. I don't usually say unless I know them, I see them a lot in the cups and I start to recognize them. But it's sometimes people just look alike in the cups. And so I've done that before where I'm like, that's so and so. And then I'm like, whoops, nope. It's someone that looked like him. But this one for sure is Trump. For sure. I've done so many cups on this guy. And he is just, you can't
So
confuse him.
yeah, the one next to him, is he kind of balding too?
He has like a hat on.
No, he's got a
So
hat.
this is probably like when it's in the colder weather. So he has like some sort of hat on.
Who could that be? Who wore a hat?
In the winter, a lot of people wear hats. So it's kind of hard to.
The only bigger guy I can think of would be Pompeo. And the other three are, but the next one's close, but turning his back, probably going to flip.
So all these three people are leaving them. They were in on it and they're leaving them. And they meet like, so I
I
think,
think those are people who probably resigned from the
so,
administration, and they're going to talk.
so the Taza doesn't show you, very rarely shows you things in the past. So these kids here, they're still ambivalent. It's
Right.
not that it's not that before they were ambivalent and now they're not. No, this is still this is still going to happen. The Taza only shows you the future. Very rarely does it show you the past. And it's kind of freaky when it shows you the past. But this is future. None of this has happened. These are not people that have left the administration. These are people that were with, that are currently now still with him, but that later on are going to be leaving him. And they're meeting at a place where there's a lot of water. So I'm guessing this is Mar-a-Lago.
Hmm.
A lot of water, and here's a woman with a dress. So that's why I'm thinking it's Mar-a-Lago. It looks like a bride. I don't know if they're still holding weddings there.
Interesting.
So it's a place, a beautiful place. Looks like almost like an island or peninsula with lots of water and lots of people around him. And there, he's still trying to obscure and hide all his past crimes. And he's meeting them there in Mar-a-Lago, trying to prevent anything else from coming out into the public, I guess. And things, karma is coming back. Things that they did. are still going to affect them. Are still going to affect them. And then more people, like I say, these people in cars here. This is a woman. This is a man. They're like minority people. They're going to be upset. They just look really sad. They're going to be, I guess, meeting with the other ones here eventually and advocating for them. And then at the bottom of the cup, and I'm almost done. So at the very bottom of the cup, Greg Abbott got the same thing. I did a cup on Greg Abbott about a year and a half ago, or a little bit over a year ago. And this is a black woman or a dark skinned Hispanic woman uh, laying in bed sick that has children. So she's in bed sick, very ill, and has children. And these men, I think Greg Abbott will be involved, Trump, all of them, they're going to have to uh, be responsible for their actions because it's hurting a lot of minority people. There was a lot of racism behind this administration, and that the policies that they set in place are still affecting us now and will affect us even during Biden's administration. So this is a very ill woman in hospital, in bed, ill, that has other children. And here's another little boy, not hers, another little boy. He's going to come out on the news. We'll see him eventually. That he was locked up in some sort of basement or locked away, treated very, basically abused. And he looks really sad. And this is a brown or Hispanic or a black child. And they were separated and alone until this day. This person, this little boy, is being abused somewhere, neglected mostly. I don't mean abused like in any creepy way, neglected and depressed without his family. And this is a Steve Bannon cup, and everything that he did put forward the motion that set these horrible, horrific things to happen to these poor innocent people who are suffering today, and most of them are children. Most of them are little children.
That jerk, that jerk tried to do it overseas in different countries too.
So yeah, so here I'm telling you, like it shows they could have been sent back to another country or another state, country or another state.
He met with, I can't remember. He was trying to ruin democracy in other European countries too. I can't remember all of them, but he would go and speak and do the same dang thing all around the world. Try to have this disruptive policies for the right to win.
So, I mean, he's done a lot. I don't think he started off like that, but I think he spiraled out of control and consumed by hate. And he's caused so much suffering, specifically to immigrants and minority people here. And I think it's karma is going to come back to bite him, not only legally. I don't see him in prison here, but like I say, it doesn't mean that he's not going to be in prison. It's a small cup. Not everything's going to come out on a tiny cup. But what I see is him is injustice. They're going to, this could also be these papers could also mean court papers here, documents that are going to be submitted to the courts. So he's going to be obviously involved, not only in what happened to January 6th that also all you see in the news, something to do with children. He's going to have to go to court about injustices towards children. And he's not only going to pay for it here on earth, he's going to pay for it big time. And unfortunately, I don't wish this upon anyone. I hate cancer. I don't want cancer on my worst enemy. But unfortunately for him, God help him. Unfortunately for him, he's going to get very ill. Very, very ill. And that's my cup on that jerk Steve.
We're gonna slam her down.
Sorry, I get too carried away. I'm like hot now. My temperature went up. Yep, that's my cup on him.
That makes total sense. Yeah, Helen said he came to the UK and trying to influence right wing leaders, and I can't remember the other countries I read about long ago.
I
But it
think
makes sense because
France.
he was in that realm when the former guy got sworn in and everything, and met up with Steve Miller and everything about the border and what they're going to do. That had to be orchestrated then.
Yeah, and we'll see those names coming up again. We're going to see Jeff Sessions, Stephen Miller, Tom Cotton. The zero tolerance agenda is going to be brought up as, a very unjust,
Lord,
criminal almost uh, ideology that they had, policies. Um, and we may see even the generals, the people that were against them in the White House, they might come forward and have to say, yeah, I remember these conversations. Yes, we did tell him not to do that. And he's for no one. He's for himself. He's hiding behind that he's an idealist. You saw how he stole all that money at the border. He didn't make that wall. For someone that really doesn't want, minorities here, and if he really felt like that was his first his main concern, and not trying to get rich, he would have made that wall with that money and not stolen it.
you know. You want to toss some cards? What's going to happen with him getting subpoenaed? It's supposed to be in a couple hours. They vote whether they're going to hold him contempt.
Oh, well, I just see here that he's gonna have to go testify.
Oh, you already see it in the cup.
Yeah, so he's going to. Okay, so these people that are here.
I mean, like on the commission, like now.
Oh,
The January 6th commission wants him to come in and talk, but he's denying the subpoena.
yeah, he's hiding.
I think that feels like it's something else with the border and the kids.
Yeah, but also he'll have to he'll be in court several times.
Oh,
He's
definitely.
not just paying for one thing. He's paying for all the karma. That's what I'm saying. Like he's not only paying with it via justice, all the injustices that he's done, he's going to have to go and pay for them. And also physically, his health is going to be impacted. So let's do. But
A
yeah,
lot of these guys are going to seek their karma. I think 45 is going to have a miserable end.
I think one of my readers tapped into it because I did a cup on a 45, and it was very confusing. And because you have to kind of trance into them to make the cup,
Right.
she nailed it. She was like, "I think he's got dementia," and I've known that he's on his way to full blown dementia for a while now,
Yep.
but I think it's really bad, apparently bad. Like I think losing and not being able to get his way set something chemically in his brain and body that it's taking him down intellectually.
Yeah, I think he's on some kind of dementia med big time.
Yes, yes.
'Cause I think I've actually visually seen him getting IVs, the IV instead of pills. Sometimes he even has to take an IV to be sane. I can't remember the drug name. I actually looked something up,
Oh my
but I
goodness.
resonated with it. It can be either pill form or IV, but IV is the best.
I try for me, if I do that, I'll get really confused. I don't like try to find all that out. I just look at the cup because then I don't know what I'm reading. I don't know what I'm reading. So like
Well,
when
it's
I
like when I get a hit on something or I see a
yeah. No,
visual.
I mean that's a talent that you have because I get confused.
Yeah. So then I'm like, I see an IV to control his shaking or whatever. I'm like, so I had to look it up and Google. I'm like, is there a dementia drug that they give people? And they said, yes, it's in pill form or IV form. And I'm like, oh. Makes sense.
So hold on, I'm so sorry, Scott. I got a big giant dog here that needs to go out.
All right, no problems.
Back.
Okay.
Hold on back.
Oh, I bet you, Deb. Of course he is. Detox for him is going to be bad. Very bad. I don't know. Intuitively, I think once Bannon sees that the commission and the DOJ is serious, I think he's going to come in and talk.
So tell me the exact question for today. Are they doing that today? I'm sorry.
Tonight, tonight the House is voting in about 2 hours to vote yes to hold him contempt for not showing up with a subpoena. Then it goes to the DOJ to put on an arrest warrant, basically.
Okay. I haven't looked at the news because I worked all day today, and I was rushing to make sure I was on time with this reading.
So let's see if he does go to jail. He's gonna talk. He's finally gonna come in. I seen at the last hour he asked for a delay in the vote. The House said no through his lawyer. And I guess yesterday he was in Arizona for some convention or something.
He's hiding. He's gonna keep hiding, even if they make him. No matter what they do, he's gonna continue to hide.
Oh.
Wow, these cards are flying.
Prosecutors. Yeah, that's what my cards are showing. I got the DOJ's going to act. What I got is the DOJ here with basically representing Merrick Garland's DOJ
I love those cards.
and Six of Cups is what he did in the past. Remember, I asked him in the past. And then I have the Knight of Wands. They will take action on this. They're not going to stand down. And then I have the Knight of Cups, Four of Swords, and the Six of Swords for him. Him talking, he's going to try to lay low, but the Six of Swords is that calmer water. He's even thinking about getting away, right? Try to hide.
Yeah, he's hiding.
But in the end, he's going to be nabbed. King of Cups and Sun. He's going to battle, but he's going to get nabbed. He's not going to get away. He's going to talk.
Oh, sorry, my dog wants to come back. Hold on, sorry.
No probs. I'm also seeing that the Democrats are a little bit worried. Get a little anxiety with the Democrats here in this, that they're not going to follow through. The DOJ is not going to follow through, but
I am so mad. Like, the Democrats are so weak sometimes. Don't get mad at me, guys, but I wish that they were more like ruthless.
I know they should be like the way the Republicans were against Obama and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, at least in the name of justice, at least.
Oh, let's try.
So yeah, I see him running. I see him hiding. I see people helping him. A lot of people helping him. The base, his supporters are gonna come out in his favor. He's gonna claim that he's really sick. He's gonna get really sick.
Yeah, I had that Four of Swords. That can be a sick card.
I get good and bad cards for him, but at the end, he's going to have to rat out on people to kind of get away from it. But they're going to get him in the end, and he's going to rat on other people.
Which is your rat card? Three of Cups. Oh yeah.
Upside down too. I'm not very good at upside downs, but since I got it next to bad cards, I'm gonna keep it upside down.
Right. Makes
So,
sense.
uh,
That's how you read intuitively.
and then yeah, so he's hiding. Obviously, there a lot of people are going to try to help him from the other side. We might hear Roger Stone in the mix. We might hear all his, Bannon heads. What's what they call them? Come out in droves for him. And in the end, he's gonna lose a lot. He's going to lose a lot.
Ooh, 10 of Swords.
That's the end card. So then, don't be surprised that there's even a stall in the situation, and even if the Democrats do pull all the legal stops, he won't comply right away. And that's what I get for that.
Weird. I'm trying to clarify with my Ship of Fools deck here, see what's going on. See if I got anything different. But no. I do, again, that Four of Swords came out, so it's like him acting like he's sick. I can't do it. But here's my officers coming to arrest him. That's the Knight of Swords. That's my police, FBI, marshals card. He is talking for some kind of help, like you said. I have this King of Wands, and he's got someone talking to him. He's help me, help me, help me, with that Page of Swords. Help me, help me. How am I gonna get out of this? Then I got a female coming in, and a Queen of Wands next to that, which is kind of confusing. There's some kind of female helping out also. A female in the mix. Weird.
He's probably doing a lot of butt kissing. But to
No,
be a fly on the wall when he meets someone that he thinks could help him, he's probably like, "Oh, you're wonderful. You're so sweet."
yeah, something.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna work. So on the bottom of the deck, I have the sun, like the other throw. Sun's coming out. Everything's gonna be shine. And I also came out again as the Nine of Cups, the Democrats, or the committee too. It's the committee, and Justice. So yeah, it's all gonna work out. He's not gonna get away. There's gonna be some claiming, fighting, but
And don't despair, guys. Even if things don't work out as forceful as we would like them for him in the January 6th situation, there are worse problems coming up for him that he's going to have to face and render account for.
yeah, I would. Like I said, they're saying that many readers see him sick. Like I said, you probably got it right, some kind of cancer, but the way he pounds alcohol, it probably would be liver cancer, most likely.
Yeah, either stomach
Hey,
or
see you, Chris. Chris is saying goodbye. She got to take off. Just saying bye.
liver. By everyone that has to leave. I can't see anyone. But thank you for joining us.
This is going to be a long road yet.
Mm.
What do they say? With everyone in the Nixon fiasco, it took 18 months before indictments came down for a lot of things.
Yes, yes. So there's going to be a lot of like a tango dance, a lot of like back and forth. It's going to be a roller coaster ride.
Oh, crazy. Helen said other readers have seen an unknown female too. I can't get who it is. No, I don't think it'd be a Mercer. I don't think she wants nothing to do with this. Callie said her name is Cassandra.
Right there, there's that lady, that female.
Oh, you've seen it too. It's like,
Well, the cup I just read, yeah. So She has all their secrets. She knows all their secrets to do with money and documents. That was the woman we talked about, the Caucasian lady, light hair.
Oh, there. Yeah. That scenario, it probably someone in administration, but
But it's all together. It's okay. So that's what I'm saying. It's like It's not only the January 6th. It's to do with children as well, and
right.
not only children. It's to do with other secrets as well. So here's the children's secret. Here's another secret that I don't know what it is, with a lady that knows all about it.
I'm sure it's someone in DHS.
So you see, this is the secret with the children up here, documents and money, and here's another secret, like a confabulation between a bunch of people. And here's the woman that knows and has her back turned against these guys. She's kind of changing uh, teams now. She has her back turned against them, and she's
Yeah.
going to talk. She has light hair, a light-haired woman.
As far as at the border, that's the only one I can think of. It would be that when we
But
discussed.
so this is the border. I'm so sorry. I think I'm confusing everybody. So this is the border stuff here.
Yeah,
So this is something. These are more secrets. This is other stuff
definitely.
that he's done. This is another secret that they've done here. A little house, a little place that they get together to talk about it. So there's three different problems. One, two, three here. So if this doesn't get him, this will get him. If this doesn't get him, this will get him. But something's going to get him. And probably all of them will get him.
There's so much to dig into. Can you imagine getting into administration and digging into documents and left over from the other administration what they did? Thank the Lord they found other kids though and reunited some
I
families.
know, right? Yes, we got to be thankful for the little crumbs at least we get. But it's like you get so worried because you're home eating and going about your life and you're happy with your family, but then you know that these poor little kids, you know, this is going to mar them for life, even if they're physically okay. To be left without your parents, oh my goodness, I just can't,
Definitely.
I just can't imagine.
You know, as what Debbie said, Kristen Nielsen witnessed a lot of ugly policies.
It could be her, but it could be another lady too. It could be Kristen Nielsen.
It's the
But is
only.
Kristen
It's the
Nielsen
only.
still with him? Is she still
No,
with him? Okay, no. So this is a woman that is still with them.
still with them.
Yes.
I thought you were saying that's someone that's gonna might testify, bring up documents or something, but they're connected yet.
Oh my God, I'm so bad at explaining. I'm so sorry. So no, listen. So the past not only shows the future, it doesn't show you the past. So this is a person that is currently like Kristen Nielsen left a long time ago. This is a lady that is still with him to this day. I didn't know. Maybe they're
Okay,
friends. Maybe
my apologies. I thought you were saying they're gonna testify or something.
they are going to. The woman will testify.
Okay,
But she is
currently.
confabulating with them. Like she knows all. She's still around them. It's not just past stuff. She's still currently around them, and she'll come forward. She'll probably go to the. I'm so bad at explaining. I'm so
What about
sorry.
a redhead? What about a redhead? Could it be a redhead?
Yeah, a person that doesn't have black hair, light hair.
Yeah. Everyone talks about that Rebecca Mercer. She always throws money around in the background for things for Republican side.
Well, I'll leave it at that. I don't think it's Rebecca either. It's a woman that this. Sometimes you don't know who these people are. Like you don't.
Yeah, there's so many in the
I just
background you
I
don't even
just
know.
want to like be keep my integrity to the Taza and not mislead by names, because what if it's not So like
Right.
I can't tell who it is. Like if I could see Kristen Nielsen or Rebecca Mercer, I would tell you yes, Rebecca Mercer, Kristen.
Right.
But I don't. I'm not sure. I don't. I know it's not Rebecca, but it could be Kristen Nielsen. But is she still friends with him? The only way that it could be her is if she's still friends with him.
Gotcha. Okay, that it's all connected there on top. So
Yeah. So eventually she won't be friends with him. But
yeah,
it's
gotcha.
someone that knows this what he's doing now and knows his secrets. I'm so sorry. I'm bad at explaining. Sometimes you get used to
No,
reading
I,
and
I
then
I
you
think
don't.
I got you probably said it right. I think I looked a different direction. And you
I'm
got to
just so
remember
used to
this is
reading that.
all future you're talking about within the
Yeah,
cup.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe if the it wasn't all connected, it possibly could have been someone coming in to testify or something. Maybe
So
just
this
a
person
thought.
will testify. Yeah, she will testify.
What if, let's just say between that there was a separation of the connection.
So this is another thing that's happening. So this is one thing happening here. This is another thing happening here.
Oh, well, it's separated there.
Yes. So
Oh, okay, another event or another thing
yes,
going.
exactly.
Okay,
So another event.
I'm learning with you. It
And
is so crazy.
yeah,
It's so crazy how that comes out and you get that info.
my heart breaks for the children and the lady at the bottom that's sick.
Definitely.
The little boy that's alone. It's really sad. Wow,
It's
that was
all. It's a good thought to put out there for love and life for those kids to be reunited and hopefully no wrong being done to them.
yes.
Hopefully it's just illegal adoptions and they're safe.
Yeah, it could be Scott. It could be illegal adoptions.
At least pray for that.
Yeah, it could be illegal adoptions.
Love Peace is saying, well, maybe it's Ivanka. She had a hand in everything.
Maybe. Is she
If it,
still
if
friends
it,
with him? She could be because if she's still friends with him, she could be. It could be her. It's someone along that kind of look that's not like a teenager or early 20s or anything like that. It's
right, middle age, kind of, yeah.
I mean,
Makes
Ivanka's
sense.
very young, but she's not like, a 20. She, it's not like a whole Hicks.
Oh, Hope would be too young.
Yeah, and she has black hair, dark hair.
Right, correct. Oh, crazy, crazy.
So,
You have like oracle cards or anything?
who me?
Yeah,
If I have what cards? I couldn't hear
or
you.
oracle.
No. Mm-mm.
We can use that. I think unless there's something else you want to discuss, I think we've gotten everything.
Yeah, we have.
Let's usually pull a card of the evening for everyone. You
Okay,
can,
I've
you can
never
use
done
those
that.
cards.
I'm a small YouTuber. I've been on YouTube for many years, but I don't think I have. I have like 2,000 something subscribers only, and
Mhm.
a lot of them just they've been with me from day one. So my channel's kind of small, and I don't really do like live readings. This is new for me. So you teach me, you walk me through it.
Yeah, just intuitively spread out your cards a little bit and randomly pick one card for the evening. What kind of message you want to give someone? You never know what may resonate with someone. So I just kind of spread them out and then wave my hand over to try to feel which one to grab.
Okay.
Oh, kind of goes with your readings tonight. Justice.
Wow.
Justice comes out. Take your time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. Rule your mind. Justice is gonna happen for us, folks. Well, you got a few more subscribers saying, "Hey, you're so fascinating. You're great. I just
Um,
subscribed."
Thank you. Thanks, Scott. You've been being very generous with your time and helping me through this. Thank you.
Oh, I learned a lot too. I mean, it's one thing to, watch your videos and you describe everything, but being here with you and your energy and having you talk it over, I learned so much more.
Thank you. Me too. I learned a lot from you. So this is the card I got.
What was
Uh,
that?
so that's the six of coins,
It's the
and
coins.
to me that means if you've been someone that's always tried to help other people in your family and your friends, don't worry, you will be recompensed for that. Not that you were waiting to be recompensed, but that force, that power. I'm a Christian, so I believe that there's some higher power that's going to come back and reward you for that. And to those in need, keep giving, and not only to the people, to the animals,
Definitely.
to the children. Give to those in need if you can. If you can. If you can't, give them prayers and good vibes.
Yes, good vibes, good love. Send it out. Our intentions are everything. So that was
Yeah,
a good. It was a good card. It was a
and
good
I like
card.
the justice card. We need that justice so we could
Yes, I think that's a
sleep.
lot of what your cup was about. Justice
I agree. Yes, karma, justice. Yep.
coming through. Cool. Everyone likes it.
Thank you,
So
everybody.
thank you so much for having a great evening. Bye.